Welcome to Compliance Weekly. Today is 2025, April 29th, and we'll start with walking the milestone board. The last one discussed was update all streams. So the next one would be allow namespaces to set own standard on Nate. Does anyone know about this one? We'll leave it at that. Next one is on Andrew. Limit streaming, sidekick retries.
Yep. That one's merged and I think ready for break. No, it's closed. Yeah, the default retries was 25. We've lowered it to 3 now. And so when people misconfigure streaming destination, it should not.
That was quite high.
Yeah.
I think it was exponential back off though, so I don't think it was slamming it initially maybe, but then it backs off, but always fails. Yeah. Um, Last one is on me. Delete inconsistent rows. Project compliance standards adherence table. This one we shelved because we're noticing that there are still rows being added, so there's still some root cause where moving or plan changes or something is still creating inconsistent rows. So just deleting them once won't fix it. And we, as far as I know, we are going to maintenance mode this. If a problem arises, we will handle it manually, and otherwise we've removed the database constraint, so deletion should still be possible. I think Hitesh was working on that one.
No, I
Uh,
created that time out probably, and it's already
uh,
out. So not right now, it's possible to have null as the namespace ID for this table. So
okay.
we shouldn't get that foreign key violation error anymore.
All right. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's hop onto the planning issue. This is the wrong one. Hold on a sec. There we go. Let's see. Oh, it was Ilya was meeting render today. Okay. Yes. First one we have is custom compliance framework improvements on Hitesh and Ilya. Does one of you know about any of those? I think they were mostly follow-ups on the latest release.
Yeah, I recently reviewed one of the MRs where he added a new parameter for our things. So I think they are all over it.
Yeah. Next one on Harsimar, cells 1.0. Let's database tables work. I think that's still ongoing with the background migrations we have. Still going to run for quite a while longer. Adding key out of the box controls for most requested compliance frameworks. That's on Andrew.
Yeah. So this one I think has one issue that's open. I think Darby is working on the controls for it, and then afterwards we just have to go verify all the controls and then it should be good to close.
Nice. Next one is also on Hitash, consolidation of tables for streaming audit events. Do you know anything about that one, Andrew? I think you've been working on that as well.
Yeah. Last week there's a few batch background migrations merged to help fix the config JSON-B migrations. They would be migrated as strings instead of just like JSON columns, and so I had to go fix the existing records and then the new records that were coming up. I think now the front end feature flag is going to be enabled. I had to follow Sheldon today, kind of see where we're at with that.
All right. Next one is group compliance overview dashboard. Harsimar and Ilya. Does anyone have some knowledge about that one? I think that's still in the planning phase, as far as I know. Next one is on Josefa and me. Link violations to framework controls. I was on PTO for last 2 weeks, so do you have anything to update,
Uh, uh,
Josefa?
yeah, I was just reading on, like, I was just planning on the technical implementation for this, and it seems like audit events is the only way to go for us. So I mean, the plan would be like, if whenever there is, uh, whenever we check a control, I mean, whenever there is a change in any of the controls, we usually log an audit event, like, because it's backed off a setting. Usually that's the case, 90% of the controls. So we do generate the audit event, and whenever the audit event is generated, we would just spin off a new violations checker kind of a worker in the background, which would just check like for which, like this is the audit event, and the for this project this was invoked, for this group this was invoked, and then we would check like this event maps to what all controls this audit event, and we'll check if the project has those controls attached to it through a framework. If yes, then we'll evaluate if there is a violation or not. So that, and then create a violation entry. So that's one part. The other would be for example, we have controls like vulnerabilities over SLO days. So we check like if there are any non-resolved vulnerabilities that were active for the last X days, maybe 180 days. Uh, so for those kind of things, we'll have to run a daily cron, which would check like if the projects have these kind of settings, and then if today they have like reached the SLO duration, if that's true, then we'll create a violation for that. So that's what the plan looks like right now.
All
We
right.
won't be handling the past events. I mean, even if someone removes the controls from their projects, then we won't be marking those things as violations. So, like, for example, if the project doesn't have minimum approvals required to as a control in one of their frameworks, one of the requirements, they then even if the merge requests are merged without two approvals, we won't mark that as a violation.
All right. Next one is out of the box compliance templates. That's on Hitesh. Did anyone review anything on that? No. Okay, we'll skip that. Next, improve compliance group metrics. I saw you got an MR merged for that one, Andrew. I think that was sometime last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think
So
either it's
next,
merged or verified. Anyway,
yeah,
I had some old issues that I had.
nice. Yeah, so that adds to that one quite nicely, and I'm also still working on a few MRs. Uh, let's see. Um, Next would be design and QA update. I didn't see anything posted anywhere, so I think we can skip that one. Let me check if I have access to the Tableau dashboards yet.
I I don't think so. It's only
No, I don't.
yeah.
Okay. All right. It's not the final week, I think, right? Um, or is it? I've been on vacation for too long. No, it's not. Okay. Does anyone have any discussion points? Um, then we'll stop recording and continue with the rest.